Hi, everybody. This is Unhinged Crypto. I'm Bill. This is Tobie.
Hola.
This is your weekly Bitcoin analysis. Don't forget to check out Tobie_Ward on OpenSea for fine art NFTs.
Yep.
Tobie.
The links are all below. And
Right.
you can talk to me live in person.
That's right.
Well,
Links
if you
down
want to
below.
come to Austin.
Links down below for the NFTs and if you want to talk to Tobie privately.
Ooh, prize. I won't tell Bill what you said.
Confidential.
Yeah.
But we are going to tell you about Bitcoin.
Yes. Okay, so we're just going to do a quick one card pull because this is Bitcoin for the week.
Okay.
Here we go. Ba-da-dum-ba-ba. Excellent. Get the 6 of coins, charity card.
Okay.
Yeah, so profits and distribute, right?
Okay, well, if you got profits in Bitcoin, maybe you can give them to someone in need, or you can be charitable to our financial system and hold on to your Bitcoin. Do you have a read on that? Does that resonate with you at all?
Well, the interesting thing about this card is that it's very situational because you can say that, I mean, the advice I give people is if you're doing well, then you should spread the wealth, and that's how it's generally interpreted.
Okay.
But it can also be interpreted as if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for help because there are people there to help you. In general, he holds the scales, right? And and I'm looking at maybe doing some classes around this. Now that I've been working with you in the markets stuff, it's very interesting to see how that relates. But it's about balance, right? Keeping things balanced and keeping things flowing. There's a really important energy to money where it's not supposed to sit still and stagnant. The card, the other card that's like the opposite side of this card is the hoarding card, where the guy is not letting the money move. But money and energy wants to flow. So it's really about paying attention to flow. I think that's a better way to interpret it as far as coins are going, because they can't really be charitable and they can ask for help and stuff, but if it's more about keeping the flow balanced in the energy of that coin, so
possibly money continuing to flow in, right?
and flow out. It's a balance.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so
a balance.
that could mean a sleepy range, right? It's not a rocket up color, right?
No, the energy of it's a good energy, but it's more like you get some in, you give out, and then more comes in, and you give out, and more comes in. It's like being rewarded for what you give out rather than be rewarded for what you're doing, right? Okay. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so like in a business, you make your money, right? And you're not rewarded for the making of the money. You're rewarded for what you give to people out of that, and so if I wanted to think of it would be like maybe developing new technology or keeping that flowing and growing kind of a situation is super important so the business doesn't become stagnant.
Okay, that could have something to do with the Bitcoin ordinals. So we will wrap it up there for Bitcoin. Don't forget to check out the NFTs link down below and look for our series on the new supermoon.